We had the late night last night. Was it worth it? No. No, it wasn't.
I mean, you're part of the big BlazeTV extravaganza.
I mean, the debate was not worth it. The debate was cluster fun.
I know.
Cluster fun.
Cluster fun.
Fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just a whole cluster of fun.
Cluster is one of the words I was thinking of.
And the other one does start with F.
It does.
Yes.
It does.
That was rough.
It was really tough, and some missed opportunities there. I think the president could have put him away last night, but he didn't. There was just too much belligerence. There was too much cross-talking. They were talking over each other the whole time, almost the whole time. And Chris Wallace is awful. Frankly, I don't know how you control the two of them and restore order, because I'm not a debate moderator, and I'd be jumping in there too, but that's not his job.
No.
And so President Trump wound up debating Joe Biden and Chris Wallace.
It sure felt that way.
It really did.
Yeah, it sure felt that way that he was debating both of them. There were plenty of times, one during climate change talk, and there was another talk that he ended up, I mean, the debate was between him and Chris Wallace. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It was cluster fun.
What was the debate?
It was.
Yeah, cluster fun. Yes, it was
And
cluster fun.
what are you doing with the climate change crap? Out of all the stuff we've got to talk about, you're talking climate change and whether it's scientific or not? First of all, it's not scientific. You can't prove it. You cannot prove it. In fact, there's evidence on both sides. And, I mean, let's just get to the core of what climate change is all about. Climate change is about the heat rising because of CO2, right? Why then does CO2 rise before temperature on occasion? It works both ways. Sometimes CO2 drives the heat. Sometimes the heat drives the CO2. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Even Al Gore admitted that. He's admitted it. In fact, let me find it.
It'd be nice if President Trump were to answer that way.
Yes, it would. Listen, I mean, I don't know that that's not his specialty.
I know.
His specialty is to grab you by the neck and squeeze. But it would have been better had he deftly handled a few of these issues. But listen to Al Gore.
Temperature goes up before the CO2 goes up.
Sometimes that has been true in the past. The opposite has also been true.
Okay. Well, then you just blew your whole premise.
I forgot about that.
Sometimes the opposite has also been true, according to some of Dr. Madlowski's research. He researched all of these topics from his SUV. I don't know. The whole scientific thing where there's consensus, where the debate is over. When does debate end on a scientific issue? It doesn't.
It doesn't.
You continue to talk about it and explore it.
No, yeah, but the thing was with Biden here, and these were the quotes last night, verbatim. I rewound it in order to get this right, okay? Verbatim from Joe Biden. The Green New Deal will pay for itself. Then in the same breath, he says,
I love that.
It's not my plan. Then he says, no, I don't support the Green New Deal. And so I just now went to joebiden.com, which I apologize for the flashes. My phone was taking pictures while you were talking, is this quote from joebiden.com. Biden believes the Green New Deal is a crucial framework for meeting the climate challenges we face. What did he say last night? No, I don't support the Green New Deal. Dude doesn't even know what his handlers are telling him to support.
That's amazing.
It is. And I wished, I was hoping that President Trump would treat it more like you're fishing, right? Throw the line with the worm out there, and then just sit back and wait for him to wait for the fish.
Right.
Biden's going to take it.
Have a beer,
and
eat
Biden,
a sandwich.
And Chris saved him at least 3 times.
Wallace saved him, and Trump actually saved him. You just let him marinate in his own stupid juices.
And let it happen.
And I think that Trump, the first third, maybe the first half hour or so, he was making good points. He was in there being steady, trying to convince the undecided voters, which, by the way, after the 90 minutes, did anybody change their mind? But I thought the first 30 minutes or so, he was on point. And I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know if it was Biden mentioning taxes. I don't know if it was the constant interruptions of Chris Wallace. But something through him, and all of a sudden he thought he was rant tweeting instead of talking to Americans. And that's what screwed it up when he got distracted and got off of message and instead just started to rant and interrupt. Then he started to look bad.
I love the banner that CNN has up right now.
What do we got?
2020 race. Trump debases first debate into chaos. Like that was only him?
Oh my goodness.
Come on. He had some help.
Yes, he did.
He had a lot of help.
He had two combatants on stage that he had to deal with at the same time. Absolutely.
You also had a presidential candidate called the sitting president of the United States a clown. Not once, but twice.
Worst president
Twice.
ever.
Yeah. And he told him to shut up twice as well.
Yes, he did.
Come on, Joe. Shut up yourself.
It's just, it was ugly.
It was ugly.
No style points for that
was
last night. How do you even determine a winner? I don't think there was one.
Well, I think you determine a winner as if you've decided on Trump as your man, he won.
Yeah.
If you've decided on Biden as your man, he won.
And by the way, who's undecided at this point? Come on now. Come on.
Bill
is.
Bill in Pocatello.
Bill.
Oh, but that's
Come
not even
on.
a swing state. So
Come
who
on,
cares?
man.
Sorry, Bill. We don't care. Do you think there's going to be any more debates?
I don't. I think they'll say, look, that was a cluster fun, and we don't want to get involved in that again. It's beneath the office of the presidency that we're both vying for. We're not going to do it again. And they might be justified in saying that.
Yeah, they might be. Yeah, they might be. And that gets Joe off the hook, right?
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Sure does.
I will say he was right on the verge of implosion.
I know it.
Multiple times.
He sure was.
Right there.
I was just like, let him go.
Yep.
Let him go.
Yep.
That was so frustrating. It was almost shades of Romney versus Obama, where you're like, okay, I mean, Obama's on the ropes. Romney's got the presidency. This is good. That was like, last night's debate was like a microcosm because it was so close so many times. Like you said, Biden is about to melt down. We're about to see smoke come out of his ears.
Yep.
It's interrupted.
And then the other really big issue for President Donald J. Trump was that he didn't denounce the white supremacists when he had the chance. Now he's done that multiple times. We've played the audio of it.
Yes.
We played the video. He's done it multiple times, and everybody knows it, including the two combatants he had to fight against last night.
They sure do.
Wallace and Biden. They know he's already denied it. But why he wouldn't do it last night, I don't know. So easy to do.
And what did he say? Stand down and stand by.
Yeah, stand back and stand by or something like that. Because stand down, I guess, is what they were sort of looking for. But, where are all these white supremacists that they're so afraid of?
That's what I would like to know.
Where the hell are they? It's not the white supremacists out burning down America every night. It's the left. And Chris Wallace. What an egregious situation where he challenges Donald Trump to denounce white supremacy. But he says nothing about Joe Biden and Antifa or the Black Lives Matter violence or the rioting and the looting that the Democrats haven't seemed to care about. In fact, they've encouraged. His running mate encouraged it.
Or pedophilia.
Or pedophilia. Yes.
Hear Joe Biden denounce that myself.
Wow.
No, that
Joe,
doesn't come
based on your actions, you've wildly embraced pedophilia. So why don't you explain that to us?
Seriously, yesterday on Twitter, I posted a 15-minute video from YouTube of just some guy with C-SPAN footage. There was no narration. It was just C-SPAN footage of inappropriate touching by Joe Biden in the Senate during swearing-in ceremonies.
Wow.
And Twitter, of course, locked my account and said
Did they really?
Oh, yeah, I had to remove that. And so all I did was take a screenshot of their locking my account and just telling people exactly what to type in into YouTube.
Posting horrible videos.
C-SPAN, right. C-SPAN is not allowed on Twitter. Exactly.
That's crazy.
It was insanity.
Is it still locked or?
Oh, no, I was able... No, if you delete the offending...
they do...
And so they were basically admitting, because they said it was child sexual exploitation material. Okay, well, then you just admitted that Joe Biden is sexually exploiting children.
Right!
It's madness, man.
It really is, isn't it? It's just fun.
But you took it down, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, Jack,
All
I
right.
did. So they made more of an issue of locking my account and having me screenshot and do it that way than if they had just left it alone.
All right, let's get to the actual debate clips because there's a lot of them, and there's an awful lot to talk about, and we'd love to hear from you during the course of the show at 888-900-3393. You can, of course, always tweet us at Pat Unleashed, but I'd love to talk to you about it today, since that was such a cluster fun.
Yes.
Here is Donald Trump making the point that Roe v. Wade, because Biden kept saying it's on the ballot. Roe v. Wade is on the ballot. Roe v. Wade's not on the ballot. Roe v. Wade is nowhere near even the Supreme Court and getting a hearing on it. There's nothing coming up before the court right now. What do you... So anyway, here's what President Trump had to say.
The president also is opposed to Roe v. Wade. That's on the ballot as well in the court. And so that's also at stake right now. And so the election is all
You don't know it's
begun.
on the ballot. Why is it on the ballot?
Because
Why is it on the
question.
ballot? It's not on the ballot.
It's on
Nice.
the ballot in the court.
I don't think so.
In the court. Well,
There's nothing happening there.
Donald,
Right.
would
And you
just be
don't
quiet
know
for a minute?
her view on Roe v. Wade. You
I
don't know
don't
her
know.
view.
Right.
Well, all right.
Nice. Now, President Trump handled that really well. He's right. It's not on the ballot. It's not even anywhere near being decided on by the U.S. Supreme Court. So what's the big fear here? You talk about fear-mongering, and they continually point the finger at Republicans. They do nothing but fear-monger on every issue. So, how will Amy Coney Barrett rule if the court, if Roe v. Wade is brought before the court to decide it? I don't know. There's a good chance she might vote to overturn it, but I don't have any confidence in Kavanaugh and Gorsuch, and I certainly don't have any confidence in John Roberts.
No kidding.
I don't think the court, even with Amy Coney Barrett, I don't think they're anywhere near the necessary votes to overturn Roe v. Wade, even if it came up before them. Are you confident that
No.
they hear that issue?
No way.
They're deciding the way we want them to?
I'm confident that she will, with, being a devout Catholic and having 7 children.
Yeah.
That seems to lean toward that.
Yeah.
You would hope.
Although
You would hope.
she has made statements in the past about separating her religious views from her court rulings. So I don't even know that that's a
That
given.
gets her walking down that road. Yeah, it sure does. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Also, Trump and Biden, Trump kept repeating the point, and he's right about it, that Joe Biden agreed with Bernie Sanders on any number of issues. Do you remember the pact they signed? They
Yes.
did sign a pact. Now, it might not be a manifesto, and I think that's what Trump called it last night. There's no manifesto. Okay, there's not a manifesto, but
Okay.
you did sign an agreement with him. Why? So that you could get all of his voters on your side, because you're going to need them. Anyway, cut to, here's what they had to say.
Number one.
Joe, you
Number
agreed
two.
with Bernie Sanders, who's far left, on the manifesto,
When
we
you-
call it.
when
And that gives
manifesto-
you socialized medicine.
Look, hey, I'm
you saying
not
you
going
didn't
to listen to him. The fact of the matter is, I beat Bernie Sanders.
Not by much.
I beat him a whole hell of a lot. I'm
Not
here.
by
I'm here
much.
standing facing you, old buddy.
Pocahontas would have left 2 days early. You would have lost every primary.
All he knows how to
on
do
Super
is hurt.
Tuesday. You got
Look,
very lucky.
here's the deal. I got very lucky. I'm going to get very lucky tonight as well. And tonight I'm going to
Does
watch.
Jill know about that?
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. The fact is that everything he's saying so far is simply a lie. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
Everybody
I
knows
just
you're a
wanna make
liar.
sure-
You're the liar.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
I want to make
Mr.
sure.
President, can you let him finish, sir?
No, he doesn't know how to do that. He has,
You'd be
you know,
surprised.
you pick
You'd be surprised.
the
Go ahead,
wrong
Joe.
guy, the
Go,
wrong
Joe,
night at
go.
the wrong time.
Listen, you agreed with
Here's the
Bernie
deal.
Sanders at the
The
manifesto.
whole idea.
Here's the
That
deal.
disavowing it.
There is no manifesto, number
Please
one.
let him speak, Mr.
Number
President.
two.
You just lost the left.
Number two.
You just lost the left. You agreed with Bernie Sanders on a plan.
Folks,
Absolutely agreed
folks, do you
to,
have any
and under that
idea
plan,
what
you have
this clown's
socialized,
doing?
They call it
Mr.
Medicare.
you have any-
There it is.
Socialized medicine.
Again,
Yeah.
called him a clown there. I
Yeah.
missed that the first time.
Another one.
But yeah, he did it twice. He called the president a clown twice. That's despicable.
It sure is.
But he had an ally in Chris Wallace, so he got away with it every step of the way. Very strange.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if Wallace, is he just bending over backward trying to show that he's not your typical Fox News guy, and that's why he kind of wound up in Joe Biden's corner, or has he always been there? And I just didn't realize it until recently.
I feel like he's been there.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah, where's the moderator saying, could we please stop with the name calling, Mr. Vice President? No. Not going to get that from Mr. Wallace.
Well,
Agonizing.
You called him a clown. Come on. Everybody knows he's a clown.
And a liar.
That's cultural appropriation of clowns. He should not have been doing that. Should not have been doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Calling Barack
circus
Obama a
people
clown on stage. Calling Barack Obama a clown.
Oh, you'd be a
stage.
racist. You'd be a racist.
It'd be over. You'd be done.
Yeah, you
They'd
would.
shut it down.
Yeah.
The network would turn you off.
But because he said it to Donald Trump, it's perfectly acceptable. Absolutely fine.